each school board meeting, staff members make presentations that highlight academic programs in the York County School Division. In April 2010, Laura Abel, along with Melinda Sloan and Lanaya Turndrip, spoke to the board about the AP Social Studies Boot Camp at Tabb High School.
I'm confident that you will find this presentation very interesting. It pertains to, you mentioned the title, AP Social Studies Boot Camp, and this initiative relates directly to the division's strategic plan. As you know, the strategic plan includes an objective that the number of students scoring a 3 or higher on advanced placement exams will increase by 5% division-wide each year. And I want to commend Tabb High School and each of our high schools for significant gains in the number of students scoring 3 or higher on AP exams. Looking at data from 2004 to 2009, the number of seniors scoring 3 or better increased 36%, and the number of 9th through 11th grade students who scored 3 or better rose 67% from 2004 to 2009. And the AP Social Studies Boot Camp, which was held for the first time this past August by Tabb High School, and you'll hear this evening about how the boot camp experience was designed to help students new to advanced placement courses develop skills that would improve their overall opportunity for success in advanced placement classrooms. So I'd like to welcome Laura Abel, principal of Tabb High School, and 2 teachers, Melinda Sloan and Lanaya Turndrip.
I'd like to introduce, first of all, Melinda Sloan, AP Government, and Lanaya Turndrip, AP US History. And they're going to share with you tonight the AP Boot Camp experience.
Well, first of all, we'd like to thank you for this opportunity to speak, and we are very excited about our AP Boot Camp, and we hope that you'll share in our excitement about it. So let us begin. The whole idea, the beginning of AP Boot Camp, goes back to us looking at our AP data. In combing through that data for areas of improvement and ways to start working towards meeting the division goal, it became apparent to us that our AP students were really lacking in some essential skills that they needed to be successful on that AP exam. We noted that students were struggling with composing the AP style essays. They're quite different from your standard 5-paragraph essay. In our social studies courses, they were struggling with analyzing primary source documents, charts, graphs, pictures, and they were also struggling with the AP multiple choice question format. It's a 5-choice multiple choice format. There's a lot of reading involved. Oftentimes there's an image or a quote that they have to interpret and apply in that. So in talking to our teachers, what we realized is that teaching these skills and getting our students ready to take the test was starting to take instructional time away from teaching the content, which that's the challenge in AP courses, is we have a tremendous amount of content to teach in a very short period of time. So in short, what we saw is that our skills, the lack of skills in our students, were becoming a barrier to both their AP success and also to participation. There were students who would probably be very successful in AP classes who were choosing not to take them because they just simply didn't feel that they were equipped to do so.
So we first decided to begin implementing our ideas with after-school sessions that we held in the auditorium from about 2 to 3 o'clock. And in these sessions, we held one on those multiple choice strategies, writing strategies, and then also how to study effectively for an AP course. And what we learned through those is that we had tremendous student response. For each session, we had almost 300 students attend from our social studies AP program. And then at the end of those sessions, we had a KIA survey, and 3/4 of those students reported improved performance in their AP classes. Now that they knew how they were supposed to use the content, they were actually doing better in their assessments.
So that got us thinking. While the after-school sessions had really worked very well for us and we were quite happy with those results, we both had a number of students coming to us saying that they wish they had known those things sooner. They said, you know, if we had known that in September going into school, I feel like I would have done better in the first quarter. So, of course, we put our heads together and we got to thinking, why not do it in the summer? Why not give them these skills in August? And that's where the idea of doing an AP Social Studies summer boot camp came from. So we planned to, in August of 2009, do 3 afternoon sessions. We would build on the skill sessions we had already done the previous fall, so it was a little bit easier for us to prepare. But we also wanted to incorporate more engaging activities. If we were going to ask our students to give up, 9 hours of their summer in August right before school starts, we wanted them to be at least a little bit entertained in being there. We also use that as an opportunity to offer students assistance with their summer reading assignments, and they found that especially helpful to be able to ask questions, clarify their understanding of those assignments before they were due. And to really make sure that our students got it, that they got what we thought we were teaching them, we wanted to culminate in a student presentation in which the students had to prepare a final project and show us that they understood it, synthesize their learning for us. To build this boot camp, we decided that we would target students who were going to be new to AP Social Studies courses. So that meant mostly we were targeting students who were rising sophomores who would be taking AP European History. But we also both had a handful of students who would be taking AP US History as their first AP course or AP Government as their first AP course. So we said, anyone who's new to AP Social Studies, please come. We used the opportunity of our AP meetings, we have them in May, to distribute contracts and talk to students about the summer work as a chance to advertise this with our students. And then we also designed, which you can see on the screen, postcards that we mailed home to all of our parents to make sure that we got them from both ends. And then, of course, we created a website at Tabb High School's, they linked to Tabb High School's website. And what we found is that the demand for the boot camp far exceeded our expectations. We'd said from the outset, if we could get 20 students there, we would be thrilled. We had to cut off enrollment, we had a waiting list, and if we had taken every student who wanted to come, we probably would have had 65 students, which to us is just amazing for 3 days in August before school starts.
So if you'll open up the debriefing packets that we gave you to the second page, you'll see a copy of the schedule that we gave the students as they entered AP Boot Camp. And you see we tried to maintain the core structure of our after-school sessions. And so we have our multiple choice and our writing, vocabulary, another issue that we found in our classes, and then also studying skills with that time for working on the project, as well as getting that summer assignment help. And then if you'll look at page 3 in your packet, you'll see an example of the types of notes that we gave our students. And the notes were twofold. They were meant to not only teach our students, but they were also meant to model good note-taking strategies. And so we would have them take notes on the left-hand side column and then work with that information in some way on the right-hand column as well. And then the picture that you see on the screen is one of our attempts to offer more engaging activities. And so what you're seeing is a tried but true method of the classic peanut butter and jelly how-to paper. And so we had them write their how-to, and then we had them demonstrate it to show the effectiveness, or in some cases lack of effectiveness, of what they were writing necessary for an AP class.
And if you'll turn to the final page in your briefing packet, you'll see the final inspection choice board. This page lists the assignments that students had to choose from when they were preparing their final product to synthesize their learning. You can see that we tried to incorporate a variety of activities. We wanted to have that choice there, so again, it could be a more entertaining thing for students to do. And we were really, again, blown away with the work that our students had done. The picture of the students that you see there are 2 students who were recreating parts of boot camp, and they quite lovingly impersonated us, but really drove home the point that they got what we had taught them over these days.
Would you go back to the page before?
Yes, ma'am.
I'd like to know the answers to the questions. See if I got them right.
We'll pass on that.
We'll check it.
No, we won't. Real quick.
Okay. And we also placed up on the counter there for you some examples of the written student work that students produced. And we'll show you in a moment, one of our students built a wiki web page that is an ongoing website that we're going to continue to use at our school, which Ms. Turndrip will talk about more in just a moment. Okay, so we figured that the best way for you to really understand the impact that this had on our students was to hear from the students themselves. So on the last day of camp, we filmed them and asked them what they learned and what they felt they would use during the school year. And here's what they had to say.
I'll use the most this year is being more active and more hands-on when I do my studying, rather than kind of reading and doing bookwork. I'm gonna do flashcards and stuff like that so I can learn better.
The tip I think will be most useful for me that I learned at AP Boot Camp will be
probably turning the prompt into a question before I start writing.
Rereading isn't the best way to study. It's not really studying at all.
The tip I most learned was how to study, not reread your notes, but to organize and use flashcards and other ways.
I learned that when you're reading the textbook, it's easier to divide it into smaller sections, and then you can just close it and write down whatever you remember.
The tip I'm probably going to use the most is right here, this one.
As you are responsible for your own learning, which we thought was, if we could get them to understand nothing else, that was perfect. We'll take it.
So with continued student response, we decided to not only continue our skill sessions, but to expand our skill sessions. So this year we offered after-school skills refresher sessions, and then with that, we also decided to begin podcasting our sessions, in which we downloaded on our wiki so that students who could not attend could listen to those sessions as well. And then our wiki that our students generated at the boot camp has actually turned into an expanding wiki. And so we've uploaded our podcasts onto it. They have good areas where to find the information that we gave in the study skill session. And it's become a way for us to communicate with our students. And then finally, we've been working on AP Bootcamp 2010. And this year, we've been talking to the Tabb High School AP Council, and we're looking at including skills from other AP courses as well. So we're hoping to expand our program to include other AP courses in Tabb High School.
And just the final thing that we'd like to leave you with is from what we experienced, we felt that this was something that could become a very powerful model for teaching skills to students who aren't in AP classes, for students who are struggling, students who are at risk. This could become a model for getting them on board and getting them hooked. And I think that the most valuable lesson for us and for our AP teachers was to realize that although AP kids are extremely smart kids, they don't know everything about school yet, and there are some skills that are left out there for them to learn. So with that, we'd be happy to take any questions that you may have.
In the introduction, I referred to the tremendous success that Tabb High School and other high schools have already had with increasing participation and with the level of student performance. But the boot camp and the other efforts at Tabb High School and other schools will certainly help the division meet the strategic plan objectives of really taking that next level of having even more students score at the 3, 4, and 5 level.